Well, up next, we get a check on weather with Nebraska Extension Ag Climatologist and Market Journal Chief Meteorologist Eric Hunt. Eric, it is July, so I imagine we're going to see some hot weather here in the next few days. But let's start with an updated look at the drought monitor.
Well, thank you, Bryce. We do indeed have some heat coming in the next week. But let's first start off with a look at the drought monitor. So some good news report here. We've actually seen more eradication of exceptional drought across parts of east central Nebraska. So York, Geneva, you are now in D3. Still bad, but a little bit of improvement. We've also seen improvement to severe drought across the Omaha metro area. Unfortunately, we still see D4 across up near West Point and in that area kind of between Aurora and Fullerton. So in addition to most places actually starting to pick up some decent precipitation in the last 3 weeks, we actually have seen fairly cool temperatures for the last 2 or 3 weeks. So these are monthly departures from normal across the U.S. And a lot of the central U.S. has been fairly cool the last 3 weeks. As we've seen a ridge over the southwest and west and troughing kind of the central part of the country, and we've seen cooler temperatures. That is about to change, though. So what we're going to see is that ridge, which has been placed mostly across Texas, in the southwest, is going to start moving toward the east-northeast, probably set it over the southern high plains. With that, it's going to come a north and eastward expansion of heat. Now, this is a risk of hazardous temperatures, so we are going to see some hot temperatures this next week. I don't think we're looking at record heat, and we're not probably looking at a really rapid warm-up. We are looking at a gradual warm-up, but I'm showing you this because we are likely to see temperatures well into the 90s with higher dew points, so heat indices next week will likely be in 105, 110 range. The good news is we do have somewhat adequate soil moisture across a lot of our region. I'm showing this as basically kind of pointing out that we have really seen good recharge in the top part of the profile. This is a mesonet site that's in southeastern Saunders County near the UNL farm, but we probably don't actually have very deep moisture just yet. So I don't know that we have a really strong reserve to get us through 2 weeks of heat. We probably have enough to get through this next week. So again, the next week we are looking at temperatures well above average across a large portion of the country. Again, I think we are probably looking at consistently temperatures being in the low to mid to upper 90s. Maybe some spots will hit 100. Again, we are looking at things being relatively dry. Now, what I'm looking forward toward the end of this upcoming week and into early next week is for that ridge to start maybe moving back toward the west and breaking down a little bit. So it's possible we could actually start seeing a frontal passage come through our area toward the end of this next week, which might actually bring us some precipitation. And you'll notice in this 8 to 14 day outlook that we are looking at, the area of where we're looking at the driest conditions maybe will be shifted to our south a little bit. Better news as we head into August. This was just released on Thursday, so we are looking at actually probably somewhat below normal temperatures across our region, according to the CPC, that is, with above average precipitation. So again, this might be a relatively short-lived spell of heat and dry weather. Thanks. Back to you, Bryce.